Welcome back. I'm your host, Darnell Jackson, and in this crypto report, we're going to be talking about Robert Kiyosaki, the rich dad, the author of the very famous book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He's making the news for his comments predicting a huge Bitcoin crash. We're going to be examining these comments. We're going to be digging deep into WTF Robert is talking about. Make sure you subscribe and share this video with people that like you and people that talk behind your back. Now, let's get into the news that is causing this headline right now, reported on Bitcoin.com. It's an article by Kevin Helms. Rich Dad, Poor Dad's Robert Kiyosaki warns of biggest crash in world history. Expects $24,000 Bitcoin price. Now, I'm going to get into my opinion at the end. Stay for my opinion on this at the end. I'm just going to bring you up to speed on what's happening first. So he's talking about the biggest crash in world history. All right. And let's get to a quote. Robert Kiyosaki says, and this is coming from his Twitter. So let's jump to his Twitter. Let's go to his Twitter so we can see it on his actual, with his thumbs. His actual thumbs did this. And this is at the real Kiyosaki. He says, biggest bubble in world history getting bigger. Biggest crash in world history coming. He says he's buying more gold and silver, and he's waiting for Bitcoin to drop to 24K. Crashes, best time to get rich. Take care. Okay. This is the quote that caused the response in the media. Let's look at some of the responses. Here's the guy that's saying, you've literally been wrong about everything for the past 7 years. And here's some other people getting their troll on. And so let's jump back to the agenda. We know he predicted a crash. Before we obviously weigh if he's right or wrong, before we make that decision, doesn't it make sense to look at what he's said in the past? So let's do that. We're going to jump over to what Robert Kiyosaki talked about just days before the last huge Bitcoin crash. When was that? That was in March of 2020 when the Rona caused all markets to crash worldwide. It was what people are calling the Black Swan event. So let's check out Robert Kiyosaki in his own words. Check out my comment on this video. I'm going to jump right to what he said in response to what people should do. Now this video, and I'll show you the timestamp, but this video was published a few days before Bitcoin hit its low and crashed in 2020. Check this out.
As you know, people say, what can I do? Well, everybody can go out and buy silver right now. Mm-hmm. Silver price went down today. Yeah. It's good news. It's less than $20. Everybody in the world can afford $20. But again, out of 100, only 2 might buy silver. Mm-hmm. The other thing is, what am I investing in? I'm still in real estate. You know why? Interest rates are so low. The housing prices are high. That's why there's a bubble in property. But I'm building old age homes right now, called senior living for me. As Kim says, she's reserved the penthouse for me. It's a big market. In 2020.
Okay, so he's talking about investing in real estate, specifically senior living property, and he's talking about buying silver. So real quick, first I want you to see where I got this from. This was published on March 13th, 2020. Bitcoin crashed to its lowest price in 2020 on March 17th. So just remember those dates. So this is what he was saying last time. So let's see, was he right? He talked about buying silver. So let's see, how did silver do? Let's take a look at it. Was he right? Should you have bought silver? Well, if you listen to Robert Kiyosaki and you bought silver in March of 2020, you would have probably paid about, he said it was $20. So today silver is about 29. So after paying whatever fees, you would have been able to get it for about $20 in March. Today the market price is about 29. Okay, you can see the graph there from kitco.com. Okay, all right, now let's do some comparative analysis. All you got to do is jump over here and look at Bitcoin, and let's see what it says. Bitcoin, the current price today is 35,000. But if we go back to all time, we can see where was Bitcoin in March of 2020. So here it is, March 17th. If I can hold it there, it's very difficult to do that. But you might have caught it at 53. There's February. And then it crashed to 53.31. There it is. I can't hold it there. So anyway, right here in this little, there it is, 53.31. Now, if you bought Bitcoin, we know that it ended up going all the way up to 64,000 before crashing down to 35. So even if you look at the return, so if you'd have bought Bitcoin instead of listening to Robert Kiyosaki, how much more money would you have? Well, even if we just take your return on investment for 1 year, let's say we don't even include you buying it at the lowest price. Let's say you got it at 8,800, where my head is down here. Let's say you got it down here at 8,800, and you didn't sell at the top. You sold at where it is today. You still have a 284% return compared to what Robert Kiyosaki would have left you with if you had bought silver. You would have paid $20 and your silver would be worth 29. So you'd have, let's say, close to a 50% return. So what's better than a 50% return? I don't know, man. A 284% return, I'm pretty sure. And that's with Bitcoin. When you start looking at Ethereum, it gets even worse in terms of how sick the return is. Ethereum has returned more than Bitcoin in the last 12 months. So this is what I want you to think about when you consider these words by Robert Kiyosaki. I want to give you, now that I've done the price comparison, my opinion about it. When Robert Kiyosaki says this is going to be the biggest crash ever, I'm just trying to figure out what is going to cause the market to crash more than the original coronavirus outbreak. I can't imagine anything that's going to hit the world markets like Corona did in 2020. I don't see just random market circumstances causing the same level of a dip. That's the first point. The second point I'll say to Robert is, you're saying that Bitcoin's only going to 24K. That doesn't represent the biggest crash in world history. So the first thing I say is your prediction is contradictory, because if Bitcoin goes from where it is today, which is 35,000, if it goes down 10 grand, that's only 30% down from where it is. And I don't think people would consider that to be the biggest crash in world history. But that's my 2 cents. I welcome you to add your 2 cents. Make sure you post your comments and subscribe to the most awesome channel on YouTube, Darnell Jackson Crypto. Thank you for checking out this video. Until next time, peace.